Man, I apologize. I've been gone for so long. I just wanted to update you guys on my journey. I went on a preaching tour for 2 months, and I traveled with my friend Josh. We traveled to 23 states. We didn't minister in every single one of those states, but we went to go preach in different churches. We went to do evangelism along the way. We even did street preaching. We street preached in Dallas and some other places as well. And God has been faithful through the whole thing, and I'm humbled. Just different things that God did in my life and what He's continued to do, the things that He was convicting me of, showing me things that I'm capable of doing with Him through me. And I mean, I was so encouraged through our journey. I mean, so many people we're getting impacted with the gospel, and really transforming people's lives. There is obviously good, bad, and ugly along the trip, and so that was the biggest thing of what was really going on for us. You know what I mean? And so I just wanted to update you guys, man, that I haven't forgot about you. I haven't forgot about the channel. I haven't fell off the deep end. I'm good. I just wanted to update you guys on the journey, and just kind of share a few things about my journey with the preaching tour and everything. So I got a lot of videos that I'm going to share, not so much from my trip. I wasn't able to record a lot of stuff, what was going on, but there are different sermons that I'm going to be dropping and different things that I'm going to talk about during the trip, different sermons. So please check those out. Please share these videos. Please, any of the content that I drop, please share it to other people that it's going to encourage. The reason why I have this channel is simply just to do God's will for my own life, and that is impacting people with the gospel. And so any way that you can help through prayer, financially even, or even just sharing videos, I mean, that does a ton for me in the channel, because I want to continue to grow and reach some of the goals that I have pertaining to online ministry on YouTube. So I do want to share a few stories on our trip. We were in Rochester, New York. So we drove. We actually did not fly to a whole bunch of places, but we drove to a lot of every place that we went. And so we're in Rochester, New York, and people were, giving to the ministry as we were traveling. And me and my friend Josh, we went to this Christian bookstore. I wanted to buy some books and stuff like that. And I met this gentleman. His name was Carlos, Hispanic brother, and really loves the Lord. I believe was getting discipled by a pastor because his pastor sent him there to get a Bible. And I don't know if he actually had all the finances for it, but I felt like the Lord wanted me to buy the Bible for him. So I bought some of the books that I had, and then I bought the Bible for him. And it was dope, man. It was really cool, man, just to chop it up with them, and bought the Bible for him. And he looked at me and he started getting teary-eyed, and he just said, "Bro, you just bought the first Bible. The first Bible that I've never had a Bible before. You just bought my first Bible, bro. Thank you." And he just started crying, and me and him, I had him, walk outside to say what's up with Josh, to my homie Josh, and Josh was outside, and we just chopped it up, man, and prayed for him. And he just said, "Yeah, man, my pastor sent me here." And like I said, he's Hispanic, and he was trying to speak Spanish to me because he thought I was Hispanic, and I was like, "Nah, bro, I don't speak Spanish." And so that was very powerful for us, man, just to be a part of God's journey upon Carlos's life. I followed him. We're friends on Facebook now, so I'm able to follow up with him a little bit. And but he's good though. I always make sure that if I minister in a different state or a city that I don't live in, I want to connect those people to people in the body of Christ, or pastors that can walk with them and disciple them. So, but he was already connected. He was already connected to a local church, and he told me that, and I see that, especially on social media. He's always going there and seeing their pastors preach and stuff like that. So it was definitely a blessing, man. We went into different churches. We preached. Many people were impacted. I encouraged some brothers in the Lord when I was in Dallas, Texas. We went out street preaching, and that was fun. And you know, God is definitely growing us, especially for myself. God is growing me in different areas of my life. And I just want to inspire, I just want to encourage just the body of Christ to run after the things that God's put in us to do. And just along the journey, even when we were in Florida, I ran into, you know, my stepmom. She's no longer my stepmom. She's no longer married to my dad. If you've seen the videos of me opening up about my relationship with my dad, but you know, I still call her my stepmom, and she prayed for my homie Josh, and it was very powerful, man. Running into her and running into my two sisters I haven't seen in 5 years, and God just doing amazing things along the journey, and meeting like-minded people, meeting kingdom-minded people were like huge for me. Just to see those guys, just to see those people, so it was very encouraging. We ran into some people along the way as we ministered. We ministered at this church, and we met these group of young people, and were able to encourage them in a small group setting. So we were preaching in churches, we were preaching in home groups, Bible studies. We were doing home visits. We visited a widow. That was powerful. She oversaw and has had at least 2,000 orphans. Obviously, she didn't have all of them at once, and they weren't with her for a very long period of time. It was just kind of a short period of time, but she had or not over 2,000. I don't want to over exaggerate it, but she had orphans that she was like overseeing and blessing and discipling, and loving on. And so she was just a mother to the motherless. A lot of them were neglected because their parents didn't want them. And so it was just encouraging to meet her along the journey when we're in Texas. And I ran into another blessing, running into one of my mentors that, you know, used to follow, you know, Keith Green in person when Keith Green was alive. And if you know Keith Green or don't, Google him. Leonard Ravenhill, one of my favorite evangelists, you know, this pastor knew Leonard Ravenhill and used to go to his prayer meetings and times where he preached. So just our trip was powerful. I brought my camera, but I'm not really at that point where I'm vlogging effectively. So I didn't I didn't bring it. So next time I gotta make sure I do that, man. I wanted to make sure you guys could see that trip, but nevertheless, you're gonna continue to see videos. I have some things on the horizon that you guys are gonna see that I'm excited. So I just want to say God bless. Continue to watch these videos. You're helping my channel. Share these videos that you know that, you know, it'll impact different people that you know will impact. So God bless. Hope all is well. Continue to make Jesus famous.